Black people use it all day long.
Are we not calling? I know we use the word crackers all day long. You're not listening to what I'm saying. A cracker is not the same thing as nigga. That's not the same type of insult.
Okay, Slimmy.
The cracker cracks the whip. Yes, it is to them.
How can you tell somebody?
Oh my God, man.
That's what cracker means. No, Slimmy. Let me ask you a question. How can you tell somebody how they're offended?
I'm not telling nobody how they're offended. What I'm saying is there are words designed for certain things. And you know what nigga mean.
And you know what cracker mean. If you say, yeah, man, I ran into this cracker today, you wouldn't know what we was talking about, Slimmy? You thought I was talking about the saltines that we be eating?
But does it exist as another word for food? Yes. Nigga exists one way. Nigga exists one way. That's what I'm saying. I'm clearly not. I'm clearly stating that. When we say it as black people, can I finish what I'm saying, man? Let me finish what I'm saying. Please. All I'm saying is there are words designated for certain shit. You can't just be banned for saying cracker. You're not. You can't, because it's two different. It has multiple meanings. Now you can take it as an insult, but it's really known as food, right? Right. To you, maybe in Slimmy's world.
Okay, so is there a racist word for white people?
Yes.
No,
it's
a ton of them. It's a ton of them.
White trash, all of that.
That's not. White trash ain't the same thing as nigga.
I'm asking you, Slimmy, what are the words that we would use?
Slimmy don't believe in them.
Be equally as racist towards white people.
I don't think it's a word that exists like nigga, except for KIKE. They don't cry about it like we do, but they get offended. All right, you tripping now. I'm being honest. You tripping now. You tripping now. They not you so easily now. Offended like black people are. You tripping now. I hear black people call kids the N-word all the time. Where's the black outrage then? It's only when a white person does it.
So let me ask you a question.
That's like you're talking about your mama. Like they can do that.
Let me ask you a question, Slimmy. When they at a concert and Rod Wave or any of these people, Boss Man D-Lo, all of these people, whatever, and they singing it, are they saying it as something that they're insulting black people on, or are they singing? We're not. No, wait. I'm asking a basic question.
I'm not. Listen, this is the thing. I'm somebody. Let me re-say this. I'm somebody who feels like nobody should say the word. Nobody. But we're not gonna let no woman get away with calling a kid this.
No, you're missing a point that I'm making, Slimmy.
All right.
Nobody is validating the woman saying it. I've said it even on this stream, and I preface this conversation by saying that I don't agree with what she said. That has nothing to do with what I'm asking. What I'm asking is it okay when they're singing a song and they're not intending for it to be a negative word or a slur? Is it okay when they're singing a song towards?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
No. I just said I don't think anybody should say the word.
Okay.
I don't think anybody should say the word. I'm somebody who say, yeah, man, we use it, but we probably shouldn't use it. That's the first thing that I feel like. If you want to get unity, black people should probably abolish the word. I've said that several. You heard me say this on Clubhouse. It's not happening. It's not happening. We should abolish the word. It got too much power over certain people. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's cool to call a child a nigga, and then get paid for it.
You're beating a dead horse, Slimmy. Nobody is saying that it's okay to call a child.
I said, and then get paid for it.
But I'm telling
you can't tell people who to support. You can't tell people who to support. We disagree sometimes on who in the black community is being supported. Why are motherfuckers getting fish fries for niggas that was in the street that got killed? Like, why people set up GoFundMe's for dudes that's out in the streets doing some of the worst crimes? Like, there's plenty of people that support shit that we don't think that, and I'm sure that they see it and they like, man, the word, that's what they coming through with. That's what they support. Why should they support? Like, you cannot tell people what to do with their money, bro.
I'm not telling nobody what to do with their money. You can't control that. But what I'm saying is, I'm not about to act like this shit is cool.
Nobody's acting like it's
I don't see it the same way people do. I don't think that shit is cool.
It's not.
And that's
but
just
we understand why it's happening, and that's all we're saying. I totally understand why they're doing it. Is it cool? No. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But I know why they're doing it.
I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. I just, like I said, my take on this is I think we creating monsters. I think that we're basically creating a situation where people are now like, you know what? If y'all want to go at us, then we about to go at y'all. And now it just becomes nuclear because nobody is actually trying to be nice to each other. Nobody is trying to be amicable to each other. Everything is a victim. Everything is racist. Everything is this. Everything is that. Anytime something happens, if it's a black boy or if a white boy or a black woman or a white woman, everything is racist. And now I believe that white people are tired of being called racist when some of them, most of them probably aren't. Or whatever it is that's happening, it doesn't mean that they don't like you as a black person. It may mean that you don't qualify for the fucking job. And they're tired of being labeled as racist. And now I think that they starting to push back. That's all I'm saying. If I'm just gonna be 100, if I'm gonna keep it real and I'm gonna say the uncomfortable thing out loud, I think that people are tired. They tired. They tired of of being called a sellout because they don't agree with you. They tired of you going off on them because they talking to a black woman or a white girl is talking to a black man or all of this stuff. They're tired and just they got regular human being feelings like everybody else. And now they saying, all right, well, we gonna be tribal too.
they've been tribal though.
Okay.
Nothing new. They've been tribal.
I mean, they're not thinking about us. Like, I swear to God, I promise, white people live more rent free in black people's head than the other way around. They do not be
I don't
thinking
think
about
so.
us.
I don't think
And
so. I
they're
don't think
a
so. I don't
majority.
agree.
They're more white people than black people in this country. Anyway, they are not thinking about us. We can't even get our numbers up.
Yeah, I don't think you're right there. I don't think
I
you're
mean,
right
that's
there.
fine, but
Because there are things perpetrated in the media for specific reasons, and we know this for a fact. And you've even been on here saying it, Molly. You know for a fact that they make black people look a certain way for a reason.
who is they? Because we got camera phones and of black people making themselves look that way.
You know what the problem with this is, bro? Honestly, is that we all have to coexist and live together. We really do. You can't go into one space. You can't go really into any space in America and not at some point have to coexist with somebody that looks differently than you. I don't understand why this is so hard as a concept and why people are so hateful towards somebody else because they got a different color of their skin and you don't even know them.
See that? Well, the thing is, I ain't racist. I'm not. But I
Slimmy,
know
you keep
I
making
but
it about you. It's
no no
not
no
about
but
you.
but I'm making a point for a reason because I know for a fact that they've been tribal. They gonna always be tribal. Now the thing is, there's different groups of white
Who's
people.
they?
There,
How are they
You're
tribal?
summarizing.
did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I literally just said? There's different groups of white people. You got Irish people, you got Italians, you got all types of white people. So they get grouped up, lumped together, right? But they are tribal about the different sects that they're in.
They don't even like
So
each other sometimes, though.
what is that? What
They're
does that
not thinking
mean? What
about
does that have to
us
do with what
all
I'm
day
saying?
because they're not thinking about us all day. They
I
really
never said they
not.
were.
And
Listen,
if they're
Molly, what I'm
tribal, they don't like each
can
other
you let me
depending
finish?
on who they are.
Can you let me finish speaking, please? Can you let me
I'm
finish
about to go
speaking?
get a drink. I can hear y'all still.
This is the thing, though. This is the thing. They are all tribal with their group, right? That there's no denying that. But they've always been not very non-accepting of black people.
Oh,
Let's be real. They've
is
always
black
thought they
people
were.
not accepting of black people? People in
What
the
do you
chat
mean
every
by
single night
like,
I'm on here call me all type of stuff, and they're black. I get called some of the worst stuff I've never heard from a white person ever in my life. I hear it from black people all the time. I can't like I understand where you're coming from, but it just sounds hypocritical. Black
How's
people
it
are
hypocritical?
because we're racist. We are
Everybody's racist,
racist.
Molly.
Okay, so why are we only offended when it comes towards us if
Wait a
everybody
minute.
is racist?
Wait a
Nobody
minute.
else is
Why?
sitting
Hold
there
on.
crying
Wait.
all the time.
See, you just proved my point. If everybody is racist, why is it such a big deal for black people, for when black people are? It's been accepted by everybody else for centuries.
Nobody says
Everybody else can be,
anything.
hold on, wait. Everybody else has been racist for centuries, and now it's a problem all of a sudden because black people are openly racist.
No, it's a problem
We
now
weren't
because
able. Hold on,
Shiloh said the
wait.
N
Molly,
word.
we
That's
weren't even able to be racist before we would die for that shit. Right?
huh?
Am I right or wrong?
What?
Back in history, we weren't don't play crazy.
Black people have practiced colorism. So
Oh my
you
God. So
either
you're
not
moving
light
it.
enough, you're either not dark enough. People tell me all the time I'm
Oh
not
my
black, like they
God.
know my family or something.
Oh my
Come
God.
on. It's just hypocritical. We gotta call a spade a spade. As a black community, we have our own things to worry about within our community, and worrying about white people all day ain't solving no problems.
We're
Our
not
numbers
talking
are
about
still
we're not
low.
worried about
The
white people
crime is
all day. You
still
cannot say
high.
that.
We're
Nobody's
still
worried about white
incarcerated at
people all
high
day.
levels, and we're only 13, 14% of the population.
Nobody's worried about white people all day. You got to stop doing that.
I can't
This is
tell
the
because every
thing.
time I'm on these panels, that's all I hear is black people is the victim and can never get ahead because white people exist.
Well, I'm not
But
saying that. So
they have a
you
larger
can't interject
demographic.
something that nobody's saying, Molly. You can't interject something that nobody's saying. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is they've always been tribal and you're moving the goalposts. They've always been tribal. Let's not act like
Who
this is
is
something
they
new.
though? Can you be specific?
I already were specific. I said Italians. I said Irish people. They are tribal within their groups. Greeks, they are tribal. There's no doubting about that. Now the thing is, they want to culminate all together as one because they got an issue with black people being outspoken.
It's not
That's what it sounds like
true.
to me. What
You
you say?
can't you can't make that assumption though.
But that I'm not
Because
making an
that's
assumption.
like saying
I'm
all
not
black
making an
people rallied
assumption. You
together
said
for
it.
Carmelo
You
Anthony. I
said
did
they're
not
being.
donate a dime
Y'all
to that
said they're
cause.
being tribal. Y'all said they're being
No,
tribal.
you said they're being
No, I
tribal.
didn't. I never
I
used those
don't think they're
words.
tribal.
I didn't
Like
introduce
you're
that.
I
using it.
don't
I didn't introduce that to the conversation.
I just wish people were not so hateful. And that they evaluated people based off of their experience with that individual. That's
That's
all
never
I'm saying.
gonna
I
happen.
just huh?
That's never going to happen, even if it's
I
not race.
agree.
If it wasn't race, it would be height. If it wasn't height, it would be, I don't know, width or something. Like everybody's going to always try to find a way to make themselves better than somebody else. It'll be like, oh, well,
Mhm.
the people with white irises or, just whatever odd thing that people can come up with to differentiate themselves from somebody else is always going to be a thing.
Oh, I agree with you. I don't disagree with you. I said that I wish it wasn't that way. I just wish it wasn't that way. I wish that I don't have any problem with people having preferences. I have a problem with people that condemn an entire group of people that they don't know based off of the actions of one individual. I just don't agree with it. I don't like the fact that people don't like police as a whole when I know a lot of police people that are police, that are really great people. It sucks. It's unfortunate, man. I just at 43 years old in 2025, for us to be having these same fucking conversations about race is wild to me. For this to be made such an issue when there's so much opportunity and so many different things to do is for us to be critical of somebody that decide to marry outside of their race is wild to me. This is fucking 2025. This should not be an issue. They People are more critical of somebody marrying outside of their race than a woman marrying a woman or a man marrying a man. That is crazy to me. It just don't make sense. People are more upset when they see a white woman and a black man holding hands than they are with seeing Tom and Jerry holding hands. That's normal. Hey, oh, wait a minute. What are you getting mad at? That's regular. It's regular for a man to go inside of a woman's bathroom, but let them see a snow bunny and it's like, oh, look at this motherfucker. Like, what? What are we talking about? So, for me, it's weird. It's very, very weird. The hate is just taught, and it's something that I don't teach my daughter, and it's just weird to me. It's very, very weird to me. So I don't know. I don't know if y'all got anything else to say. So, like, for example, somebody said, yet Anton says he'd still prefer to marry a black woman. But if somebody else said it, he would call it. How is that racist? I said anybody can have their preferences. You could have your preferences. It doesn't make you a racist because you have a preference. If somebody have a preference for a white woman or if you have a preference for a black woman, that doesn't make any difference to me. I think y'all are, or bless room 9. Bless these niggas with helmets on. Give them the right size helmets. Bless them not to hit their head against the wall too many times. Bless them not to be soft brain, God. Bless them to be able to understand and take in what we say and for it to make sense. Not for them to reach all the way over here and try to make it make sense for their smooth brain. In Jesus' name, amen.
This is random, but if I had a helmet, I would just ram people all day.
What?
I would. Because why not? Anyway, so I would just headbutt people all day long.
Oh my God. Good God. Anybody else, Quentin? You got anything on this? We're gonna let Quentin finish his game, and then I'm sure he's gonna join in on the conversation.
The game's been over for about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Why do y'all keep saying I'm loud? Where my headphones at, man? I'm about to go back to the headphones. I can't use them.
You can use any one of my helmets, Kim, if you want to headbutt somebody.
Thank you.
Anyways, all right.
Don't let nobody tell y'all white people aren't tribal. That's not true.
What do you mean by tribal?
Whatever y'all was talking about.
Who said that word but you?
I didn't introduce that word to this conversation. I did not introduce that word to this conversation. Anton did. Anton, didn't you say they're being tribal?
I don't know what I said. Probably.
But what I'm saying is that when it comes to their group, Irish, Italian, they not playing. They're not playing no games. That's a fact. So don't let nobody tell you that they are together amongst one another. And overall, and the reality of it is the one group pits black people against these other groups. That's the thing that don't nobody want to say. And it's a fact. There's no doubt about that. They keep running the same plays. And this is actually part of one of the plays. I just don't agree. I just don't agree with the sentiment of empowering this woman or giving her money. That's just my thing. Yeah, exactly. Never mind. Exactly.
I'm not agree with that either. That she did like a call to action, so to speak, by saying, well, we have to stand up against the people who are like against this word or whatever. We're going to see how that plays out. But I think that just like white people are supporting her, what's going to happen is black people are going to get tired of being called names and it being glossed over and being supported. And it's going to create what, like 2K was talking about, people are going to feel like justice doesn't happen. So they're going to take it in their own hands.
This is just so bad. This is so bad.
I don't think anything is going to change as long as black people entertain what they allow to entertain them. The rap, the the degeneracy. We make rappers millions of dollars for saying some of the worst stuff about the black community, but if their skin is pale and their hair is blonde, the end of the world.
But again, that's just like you talking about your mom, your siblings talking about your mom. Somebody random from the outside can't do the same thing. You just don't have the same privilege.
I wouldn't even compare that because rap has torn up the entire culture. But we're never mad about our own problems and our own issues that we put on our own community. We never notice it, and that's what confuses me, especially growing up in that environment and literally living next door to the neighborhood killer. Well, how are we mad when we don't even get mad when we do it to ourselves?
So when rap
Y'all
first
have made
started,
so many rappers millionaires for using that same word
when
and
rap first
saying to
started,
kill somebody who looks
when
just
rap
like
first
their
started, it
brother
was
or
about
their mother.
empowerment. It was about empowerment, and it was
Well, it's not
and wait,
anymore.
wait, 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 wait,
The
wait, wait,
kids
wait,
today don't know about that though,
wait,
Slimmy. So we can't
wait,
talk about back in the day.
right, because
Rap is 50 years old.
they
Rap is
stopped
50 years
marketing that
old.
type of rap. The record labels stopped rap. They stopped marketing that type of rap, and who owns the record labels? They didn't
But you have
want that.
independent
They did
artists
not want
too who aren't
that
under a
rap.
record label, Slimmy.
Wait, wait,
I
wait,
know
wait,
so
wait.
many rappers. I know a lot of
Wait, wait,
rappers.
wait,
Molly,
wait. No, no, no,
I
I'm
am
no,
just
one, and
saying.
no.
I am one, and I
Wait,
never
wait.
rapped about no trap shit.
No, 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 no.
I never rapped about none of that trap
But
shit.
the
I
ones
never rapped
making
about
millions do.
anything degenerate, none of that. The problem is
Did you buy any
when
albums?
yeah, I have bought albums. The problem is I'm not gonna let that shit control me. I think for myself. The thing is they wanted all of that. Everybody wanted to dog out all that black power rap. They wanted to shut that shit down. And actually, if you go back and you know your history,
Who shut
what's
it
his name
down?
got
Who
kicked?
dogged it
What's
out?
you
Black
know who?
people. Black
No,
people.
no, 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 because when somebody started talking about a certain group, he got kicked out of Public Enemy. He got kicked out of Public Enemy. You can't deny that. You cannot deny that.
This is crazy.
Rap is 50 years old, and we've seen what it's done to the black community in the 50 years. It has gone like this. And the kids of today don't know anything about Public Enemy. They know who they know that's popping today. And they say some of the worst stuff, and most of them end up dead or in jail. And we don't say anything. We don't say anything. We want a young thug free. Like, come on now. But
What?
Shiloh, she can't collect her
Molly,
money.
what are you talking about?
What do you
I'm
mean?
just
She said
saying.
what she said.
Free young thug.
So you don't understand, Slimmy, what she's saying?
Man, I ain't never said no free young thug.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about if a culture is bigger than you, Slimmy. It's bigger than you. You're one man who says that nobody should use the N word, but most black men use the N word. And they use it towards other black men and black boys. This is what it is.
This is bad, man.
Slimmy, you are wrong on this one, bro.
No,
You are
You're
wrong
just
on
a
this
little
one.
bit emotional. You're not thinking
Slimmy,
no, I'm not
Slimmy,
objectively.
you
emotional
are
at all. I'm
Slimmy,
talking normally. I'm
Slimmy,
talking normally.
you are 2021 Clubhouse wrong right now. Off.
I don't think he's completely wrong. I mean, just like he said,
No, these is facts. Like these are facts. You cannot deny. You cannot deny what happened to to the music industry with rap. There's no
But
denying
we
that.
still embrace it. We can't keep blaming Jewish people for everything. When we embrace we embrace it.
But you can't
We
ignore
push
the
our
fact.
kids towards
Wait,
it.
Molly. You are trying to ignore the fact that they tried to completely dismantle a certain section of hip hop. Black empowerment. They removed that shit from the radio waves. They completely removed it. They said that they don't want to market this type. Nobody's gonna buy it. Am I right or am I wrong?
Maybe they know the black community.
Oh wow. All right, we done here. We done. That's crazy right
If they
there.
know we won't support it,
I
whose
don't
fault is
think
that?
it's about knowing that we won't support it. I think it's about giving us the options that they want us to have.
Yeah,
Don't
Professor
listen
Griff.
to it. Don't listen to I barely ever listen to rap.
That's
Don't listen
crazy.
to it. Y'all act like rap is the only thing out here. Listen to other types of music.